Hey, Shiba Inu warriors. The cryptocurrency universe went crazy. You might hardly believe, but Shiba Inu may now accompany a side of prison time. Is it unbelievable? The news is crazy enough to nearly seem unreal. The world of cryptocurrencies has officially gone crazy, and if you're clinging to Shiba Inu, you can be headed straight for prison. Oh my gosh, just what in the world is happening? Well, hear me out first. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the curve in the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more SHIB news, be sure to click the like button. 2 years ago, the community around cryptocurrencies had to contend with the threat of a strict legislative measure. Approval of a new law requiring the reporting of significant cryptocurrency transactions and the disclosure of sender information to the Internal Revenue Service, or IRS, seems to have realized the worst worries when fast forward to the present. Now, the way this legislative action is interpreted and carried out begs several issues in the crypto field. Recent study of an amendment to the U.S. Internal Revenue Code reveals that anybody actively engaged in Bitcoin trading or company operations in the United States must notify the IRS about any crypto transactions above $10,000. Effective since January 1, this developing situation has caused one of the specialists to highlight its consequences. The professional underlines that people who get cryptocurrencies worth $10,000 or more, either in one transaction or across many connected transactions, have to provide the required information to the IRS right away within 15 days. Ignoring rules might result in possible criminal prosecution. The necessary data comprises the sender's name, address, social security number, received amount, transaction date, and type. Hence, how does it sound? Decentralization and anonymity, you claimed. Not that it looks, however. The real scenario now at hand appears to contradict the values we link with decentralization and anonymity. By requiring the disclosure of personal information to the IRS and mandating the reporting of significant Bitcoin transactions, this bill seems to severely compromise the fundamental ideas of decentralization and anonymity, so undermining the core values of these ideas. Although the idea of a distributed system usually suggests autonomy and independence from centralized management, the need of transaction reporting brings a degree of centralizing control. Furthermore, the market for personal data, including names, addresses, and social security numbers, contacts the idea of anonymity, often connected with Bitcoin transactions. The core of cryptocurrencies is their capacity to provide consumers some financial transaction privacy and autonomy. But the clauses in the law appear to weaken this by requiring the disclosure of private information, therefore undermining the desired degree of transactional anonymity. Given that decentralization and anonymity are very important in the Shiba Inu ecosystem, the juxtaposition is quite interesting. One important developer connected with Shiba Inu always stresses the need of decentralization and how it affects each person engaged. Shiba Inu's emphasis on decentralization goes beyond just technical taste. It results from the conviction that decentralization distributes control and influence over the network, therefore empowering people. Shiba Inu's focus on decentralization suggests a dedication to create inclusive and community-driven surroundings. But the latest legislative measure appears to create even another obstacle in Shiba Inu's path of dispersed eyesight. The bill's mandated sharing of personal information and obligatory reporting of transactions seems to contradict the dispersed attitude Shiba Inu seeks to preserve. This legislative evolution points to possible obstacles for Shiba Inu's quest of decentralization, therefore indicating the larger conflict between regulatory control and the principles of several distributed cryptocurrencies initiatives. With Shibarium, a Layer 2 scaling solution for Shiba Inu just launched, there is a clear issue floating within the Shiba Inu community. As you may recall, the Shiba Inu development team promised to burn Shiba Inu derived from 70% of the income received from gas prices. This dedication has attracted notice, especially because the revealed sum more than $1 million in a 4-month period. But the presence of the IRS, with the passage of the most recent legislative measure, generates the present uncertainty. Nowadays, the community is wondering how the Shiba Inu development team intends to maintain its burn pledges in front of possible government monitoring. The junction of regulatory responsibilities and the dedication to burn a significant amount of income adds another level of complexity and generates questions and debates about the project's capacity to meet its promises under changing legal environment. Still, the cryptocurrency has shown a strong track record in overcoming obstacles, even if the legislative measure seems as yet another barrier for Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu has always shown skill in conquering challenges, often coming out clean from difficulty. The great dedication of the community, the adaptability of the project, and the strategic approach of the leadership to handle obstacles might help to explain this resilience. Although the latest legislative changes might provide a challenge, Shiba Inu's historical performance points to a potential to surmount such hurdles very well. The Bitcoin has shown that it can change with the times, solve problems, and keep its direction in face of outside influence. Shiba Inu fans may get hope from this resiliency that the project may withstand the storm and go on its quest of decentralization in spite of obstacles presented by legislative changes. Regarding cryptocurrencies, we should realize that the road of great ideas is often paved with obstacles and difficulties. The process of creating something significant and innovative is not without difficulty. Naturally entails conquering challenges. Every challenge overcome and skillfully negotiated becomes a building stone, helping the project to be strong and resilient. Without the tales of obstacles overcome along the road, the history of a project is incomplete. These tests evidence the capacity and will of the project. Every challenge solved presents chances for the initiative to highlight its flexibility and the power of its community and leadership. Simply said, the existence of challenges is not a sign of weakness. Rather, they are a necessary component of the growth of an outstanding enterprise. Overcoming obstacles develops a project's character, shows its mettle to the people, and positions itself as a force to be reckoned with in the ever-changing terrain of the Bitcoin scene. Still, there is another rather significant point to make. Recently, a provocative question emerged on Twitter asking if the IRS is necessary given the Securities and Exchange Commission's traditionally cautious approach toward the cryptocurrency market. The SEC's misgivings about cryptocurrencies are well documented and provide a fascinating dynamic in the legal environment. The upcoming choice by the SEC on the first ever cryptocurrency ETF, more especially for Bitcoin, adds a fascinating aspect to this issue. Should the measure be passed, the move may represent a major change enabling tens of billions of dollars to enter the Bitcoin market. Under these circumstances, the user's search implies that the IRS bill could only make sense in front of a more established and approved cryptocurrency market, especially with the possible adoption of a Bitcoin ETF on horizon. Based on the possible green light for a Bitcoin ETF, the regulatory framework, including the IRS bill, may be positioned in expectation of a more mainstream and controlled crypto market. This junction of legislative changes begs important issues about the changing dynamics and interaction among many regulatory authorities in the field of cryptocurrencies. To be honest, I'm confused. If, in the end, a Bitcoin ETF won't be approved, why would authorities waste their time and money trying to control crypto? Simply said, it doesn't add up. Unless they are expecting a big milestone, like the adoption of a Bitcoin ETF, it seems contradictory for them to be actively working on rules like the IRS bill. Approval of a Bitcoin ETF would, in my opinion, represent a turning moment and provide access for institutional involvement in the crypto industry as well as general acceptance. Should authorities not be preparing for this change, one wonders about the justification for their attempts to control the crypto market. It seems as if a more developed and approved crypto market calls for greater control, hence the continuous regulatory projects might fit into a more general plan. Regarding that, however, what do you think? Comment below. Reading your point of view would be much anticipated. The date is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. To see our most recent material, share it and subscribe to the channel.